This podcast is for voice teachers and coaches to answer the question, how do I grow my teaching business and even break out of that one-on-one lesson model so that I can reach and teach who I want whenever I want? I'm your host, Allie Tyler, voice teacher of over a decade and marketing and business coach for fellow voice teachers. Welcome to the Voicepreneur podcast. Hey, lovely voice teacher. I wanted to give you a heads up that this episode you're about to listen to is repurposed from a different location. So you may be hearing an audio response to one of my one-on-one voice teacher clients, or you may be hearing a little snippet from a group call inside of the Voicepreneur program, or you may be hearing an audio broadcast that I send out to the teachers inside of my offer called The T. So these are really the three places that I connect with voice teachers on a regular basis. Now, the Voicepreneur program, or VP as we call it, is the space where you can have it all. You get access to all of the business and marketing courses inside of there, which is so much juicy content. I literally cannot begin to tell you. You also get hot seat group coaching with me twice a month, and you plug into a community of seriously incredible voice teachers who are walking the walk with you, and they are all over the world. So that is inside of our very special program called VP. Now, if you want a more affordable option, we have The T, and The T is specifically a broadcast channel on Telegram where you can submit questions anonymously, and every week I go in on Telegram and I answer them in the form of a voice text. The members call it like their private podcast channel. It's really fun, and it's a super great affordable way to get coaching without paying that coaching fee or the coaching fees or having to wait for a scheduled call, because you can literally submit your questions anytime that you have them. So you can check out these offers and everything else that we have here at the Voicepreneur inside of the show notes attached to this episode. I truly can't wait to hear how this lands for you, so let me know your takeaway on Instagram. Shoot me a DM at the Voicepreneur. Enjoy the episode. This is such a great question, and oh my goodness. Well, first, you're asking, have I ever felt this way? Oh my God. The amount of times that I have felt this way. Yes, absolutely. I actually remember was it December? I think it was last December. I took like a long break because I felt this exact same way. I was also in my first trimester, and that's just like rough as it is, but I have felt this so many times. And something that I first remind myself of is I built my business so that I can go through these seasons. Right? Like that's the whole point. That's literally like when I say we are creating a business that works for us, this is part of what I'm talking about, because of course we're not going to be producing and creating and making and launching and doing all the things all the time. Like humans were never meant to do that. That is like, we need times of rest. We need times of spaciousness. We need times of like just even like right now for me in my life, just routine. Like we have such a tight routine in our family household, and that's just part of having young children. But like, that's the chapter of life I'm in. It's just like, all right, I'm in deep routine right now. I'm not like getting a ton done. I'm not like getting ahead in any way. It's just part of my life. And thank freaking God I have a business that can support me while I go through this time in my life. And so that's the first thing. It's just being so grateful that you really do have this kind of business. You do. And that was what you intended all along. So first of all, huge like pat on the back. Congratulations. Do not feel guilty, because our ego is going to want to feel guilty that we are not producing things and doing all the things. And it's really hard for us to like put on the brakes and just take a break. But if that is truly how you're feeling, that is what you need. And I have no doubt, and this is why I love resting, and I believe resting is a money-making activity. I have no doubt that you will get inspiration and motivation and all of those good feelings from just taking a little bit of a break. And a break could mean so many different things. It could mean like, I'm going to take a break from posting every day on social media, or I'm going to take a break from, email newsletters, or I'm going to just take a break altogether, or I'm, whatever it is, right? Like you get to have fun with, what that feels like and how much spaciousness that you want. But that's kind of where I would, start, is just taking a break, putting on the brakes. The other thing I wanted to share is I'm so freaking proud of you, girl. I love the way that you are showing up for your business. You are selling all the time. And I talk about like, if you want to make consistent sales and you got to be consistently selling, and you are doing that. And I think that that is so freaking amazing. And I'm so proud of you. And at the same time, something that I think will really help with you feeling that more spaciousness and more connected with your business at the same time. Because, let's be real, like we are still running an online business, and sometimes it is, scary to take a full break. So if you don't want to take a full break from things and you still want to be engaging online, but you don't necessarily want to be like producing and creating and doing all of the things, then a really great way that you can do that is just engaging on a personal level. So I would love to see more of that on your Instagram stories, for example. Like stories are such a great place for people to get to know you. And what I want you to do is I want you to think about, what do I want people to know about me? Like, what are my what are the words, like centers? What are the centers of my being? Like, what are the beliefs, or what are the personality traits, or what are the even just like lifestyle design? Like, as I'm recording this, literally I'm staring at giant red rocks like out my window of my tiny home office. And red rocks mean so much to me. That is like pivotal in my life. And people who know me and who've been following me for a long time know that I love nature. I love the mountains. I live in the mountains. If you really know me, you know I'm fucking obsessed with red rocks and Utah and the desert. And like, I literally feel like I was reincarnated and like used to live out in the desert somewhere. And for me to actually look at red rocks from my keyboard and my desk in my own tiny home studio, like I can't begin to describe what full circle moments that is for me. And also for my audience, because they have been following me, a lot of them, for the last 8 years. And so they know how meaningful this is to me, right? That's one element that I am showing on Instagram stories. I am showing my personality, showing that, this is a huge part of my life. I hike all the time. I am like a huge lover of solo hikes. I write curriculum when I'm on hikes. I do so much mountain hiking out here, right? I have 2 beautiful boys, and one of them is named Cadence, and he is obsessed with freaking music. And it's just comical, honestly. It's like really funny. And if you follow me over at The Whole Voice, I share a lot more of him on there, but he's also like a center for me, right? So, and then I always tie these things back to my business somehow, but you don't have to. But like, that's always a really fun thread, is just kind of tying these little centers about you, these beliefs, these core, I'm trying to think of the right word. I need to come up with a word for this, but like your core, right? Like the core elements to you. What are your core elements? What make you who you are? And what do you want people to know you as? So that's very fun to engage with and to create conversations around, to, have just DM conversations and just like get to know your people. And you're not explicitly selling, but you kind of are at the same time, because people want to get to know you. And the more that they get to know you, they want to work with you, right? It's that whole know, like, trust factor thing. So that is what I wanted to share on that. That was a lot, but take from it what you would like. And I'm really anxious to hear what kind of break you take. And if you take a break, what that looks like. And I can't wait to watch what you do with your stories. All right, love. Oh my goodness, that was so juicy, and I'm so glad you're still here listening. You are amazing, and I can't wait to see what you take away from this episode and what you bring into your teaching business. Oof, it is going to be so good. If you want to come and see for yourself what it means to grow and scale your teaching business, come and check out the resources inside of the show notes, or visit us over at thevoicepreneur.com. If you enjoyed this episode, take a screenshot, share it on your Instagram stories, and tag me at The Voicepreneur. Or if that's not your vibe, that's totally fine. Share it with your 2 best voice teacher friends so that we can continue spreading the good word that you can create a sustainable, spacious, and fun as fudge cake teaching business that makes an enormous impact on your students' lives and your life and your bank account. It's awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much, and I can't wait to see how your business changes your life. I'll catch you in the next episode.